Gru's latest invention has backfired spectacularly on the minions. After transforming them into so-called minion masters, they are now experts at something they shouldn't know anything about. But even worse, they think they're experts at said thing. Things are about to get real stupid. The minions are now convinced they're experts at math, specifically fractions. Why? Because Gru needed some very smart people to help him with his evil plan. So he turned the minions into what he called minion masters, a genius move which unfortunately backfired because now they think they're super smart. In reality, they're just really dumb, but they have no idea how dumb they are, and they're about to demonstrate said stupidity during what should be a simple show and tell session. It is time for show and tell at the local school, and Gru is in attendance because Kevin has volunteered to present to the class. Gru raises his hand and asks if he can go next. The teacher reluctantly says yes and calls on Gru. He stands up and walks to the front of the class, pulls out his goggles, and adjusts them. Then he pulls out a banana and splits it in half. Behold, Gru says proudly, the amazing power of 2, by splitting this banana in half, I have doubled it. A confused silence hangs in the air. Gru looks at the class and then back at the banana. He tries again. As you can see, by splitting this banana in half, I have created 2 halves. Therefore, 2 times 1 equals, he pauses for dramatic effect, 2. The minions erupt in cheers. Meanwhile, the other students look confused. Gru tries to ignore them and continues. And here is the fractional equivalent of this whole number. Are you ready? Ta-da, he says, revealing a fraction with the numerator being a smiley face and the denominator being a pair of pants. The minions cheer again while the other kids remain confused. One of them raises their hand and asks what 2 times 1 is. Gru widens his eyes and lowers his goggle. He stammers, trying to think of an answer. He looks at the banana, then back at the class. 2 times 1 is, he whispers, 2. The minion standing next to him whacks him upside the head with a ruler. Gru says, rubbing the back of his head. The minion shakes his head disapprovingly and turns to the class. He clears his throat and adjusts his glasses. As my learned colleague has just demonstrated, he says, completely misunderstanding the situation. 2 times 1 is clearly an extremely complex equation best left to the professionals. The minions all nod their heads in agreement. Gru sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose. Maybe he should have used a different invention for show and tell. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe for more minion madness.